What's good, Internet? My name is attackslug. Welcome back to Smackdown Vs RAW 2007 on the Xbox 360.
This is so exciting. Our title match is only 6 days away.
Our title match?
Alright, this one I recall seeing.
Your title match, of course. I'm just excited to manage you all the way to the WWE Championship.
Manage? Yeah. Trish, about that, I don't think so.
Excuse me?
Look, we've had some fun these past few weeks. I got what I wanted by having you name me #1 contender. And we both know you got something out of it too. But I'm not an idiot like Chris Masters. I know what happens when you get involved in title matches. So thanks, but no thanks. Now, if you'll excuse me, I've got to meet a man in the parking lot before I meet him at Unforgiven this Sunday.
Oh, don't you walk out on me. Don't you dare. Nobody does that to me. You understand me? Nobody. I am Trish Stratus.
Pick you
what
up,
are you doing?
put you over here.
Let go of me. Put me down.
Yep. Well. And so a parking lot brawl will ensue with the Big Nasty. And so I welcome you to a fine Tuesday here on the program. Things to discuss, that is to be sure. That is to be sure. So before we get into Raw here, obviously from last night, we have some news, some notes, some things. This past Sunday was Impact's biggest show of the year, Slammiversary. And that show had a surprise masked man that we're pretty sure is Rhino. And that is significant because Rhino is technically still under a WWE contract until the 17th of this month. So, under a mask, doing the gore, very obviously Rhino, but obviously, you know, they can't say, hey, it's Rhino. So, that was interesting. It was interesting. Like, yeah, can they do that? Like, is that legally a thing you can do? Have him under a mask, but then, you know, he's still under a deal under WWE until the 17th? Like, that seems legally dubious, but they did it. And obviously you have plausible deniability on that one. Get into the really big show. Stop with the reversing my moves. Big old show. Quit it, and quit it. Anyway, we got some word on what was supposed to happen with the Bellas before they were like, oh no, we actually have to retire. And that is, they were supposed to feud with the Iconics after Mania until, like, SummerSlam. And that obviously didn't happen because of injuries and that kind of thing, right? So that begs the question, if you had, oh my god, that plan, if that was your plan, and obviously it fell through, Plan B was do nothing with the Iconics? Plan B was having no feud for the Iconics? Like, how in the hell does that happen? Did you have a plan for that and then ended up not doing anything with them, pretty much, and it's like July, and they've been doing a fat lot of nothing. So, what in the blue hell? Slug Sploder on the concrete. So, that one is baffling to me, but what do I know? Get into the limo, Big Show. Big Show. Yes, yes, through the window. That glass. Don't get Goldberg. Anyway. So, that was a weird one. Anyway, John Morrison, a.k.a. Johnny Impact, a.k.a. Johnny Nitro, a.k.a. You know. Johnny Mundo is now a free agent and no longer under a deal with Impact Wrestling, which means he is free to go wherever he pleases. Now, would that be a return to WWE? Would that be AEW? Would that be, hey, no, actually, I'm just going to go back to Impact. Like, right now, it is unclear what the deal is with Morrison, but he is a free agent and could be in, like, New Japan. You don't know. Anywhere is a possibility for someone that talented. So I guess we'll see sooner or later. I want to climb the... Yep. He's going upstairs, folks. On top of that fire engine. Come on, Big Show. Get your big self up off the ground and come get hit by a flying attack slug, baby. Yeah, walk over here. Walk over here. Walk over a little bit closer. A little bit more. Just a little bit more. Screw it, man. Woo! Totally. I mean, look, man. Thunder shot. The thunder of it almost knocked him over. I don't know. I don't know, man. Boom. Oh, pump handle. Boom. Come on, Big Show. Why are you so difficult? Why are you so difficult? Oh, no, reversed. Reversed. Double reversal. Nope, neck breaker. I'm sorry, but my health is doing pretty good. Big Show, you are in the red on a lot of things. And, oh, no, really? A Big Show submission maneuver in a backstage brawl. What are you doing, Big Show? What are you doing? See, I don't understand, but that's right. Just punching the... Really? Really? Let's get over here to this, hearse. Why is there a hearse back here? I'll taunt you. Anyway, there is a new Seth Rollins t-shirt, and it says, The Man's Man. And I'm like, look, there is only one man's man in WWE, the Boogeyman! And it is William Regal. He is a man. So, come on now. Who are you fooling, WWE? We know who the real man's man is. And it's not Seth Rollins, it's William Regal. He runs NXT. Come on now. Times 2. Is that it? Like, how am I going to beat Big Show here? He just won't go down. That was 2 slug sploders. What else do I have to do to the Big Nasty here? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, Monday Night Raw has some things we need to discuss. And after last week, everyone's like, man, Raw's back, you guys. Raw's awesome. Raw's great. We're hyped for it. And I'm like, yeah, but RKO. But we've seen this before, right? We've seen Raw get good for a week and then go back to the status quo before. A bunch of times. It's not even like a new thing. It's like, hey, Raw feels good, and then get the week after, you're like, oh, right. Any pretty much internet fan who's watched Raw long enough could book a good Raw. But booking a good Raw more than 1 week, that takes actual talent. And it's, you know, it's difficult. Difficult. Also, Big Show, I've beaten you within an inch of your life. How in the blue hell are you still standing, even if you are the Giant? I don't get it. I don't get it. How am I going to lose here? So I've been dominating this whole thing, and I don't understand. I don't get it, Big Show. Seriously. The Claw. The Claw. I don't get it. So yes, Raw last night, kind of back to how Raw has been, for better or worse. And I know that obviously this Heyman is not supposed to actually play in more after Extreme Rules, and we know that Bischoff is starting after Extreme Rules, so that was kind of the word there. And again, it all goes through Vince anyway, so how much do you actually expect to change when Vince is still the say-so in the final word in what makes it onto TV? That is also a thing that to keep in mind with that, right? But Raw started with Becky and Seth versus Andrade and Zelina, and it was a mixed tag team, finally, elimination, which is the dumbest match in the world. How do you have a match where if you win, you're out of the match because of how mixed tag team rules work? Like, why would you book that? I know, they don't want to have wrestling during commercials, but that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. Big Show goes for the gold at Unforgiven. So, of course, Becky and Seth won that. I'm surprised they haven't brought in Lana and Rusev to lose to them. But, you know, Extreme Rules is this Sunday, so perhaps on SmackDown. You never know.
He's come so far. He's been screwed over seemingly at every opportunity. But you've got to believe that it hasn't been all for nothing. You've got to believe that he's going to go all the way here tonight at Unforgiven and win back the WWE title.
Believe that if you want, JR, but my money's on the Big Show. I mean, look at this guy. No disrespect intended to the former WWE champion, but you just don't bet against 7 feet tall and 500 pounds.
He's just so big. How would he ever lose the Royal Rumble? He is so big.
Here comes that idiot Big Show.
Idiot? You just said you put your money on him to win the WWE title tonight.
And I think he will, JR, but he's still an idiot. Tell me something. If you had Trish Stratus begging to come down to the ring with you and stand by your side, would you tell her no?
Well, King, I
rest my case.
So speaking of Sunday, you had Paul Heyman out again saying, guess what? Spoiler, Brock Lesnar gonna cash in this Sunday, which I don't necessarily believe, but he's still teasing it. Now, I did hear a rumor that Kofi might be injured, so that might play into the possibility of a cash-in if that is the factual reality. Perhaps have Joe win it and then immediate Brock cash-in and have a Brock and Joe feud. I mean, you've got a number of options here. Personally, I'd prefer to have Joe win the belt, hold it for the summer, and then lose it later on in the year to Roman before that SmackDown on Fox. But that's just my opinion. I know a lot of folks don't want Brock winning the belt again to then hold it and not be around, right? But if there's one person who Brock would fail to cash in on and make it look good, it would be Roman Reigns. I think anybody else that Brock cashes in on is going to lose. But if Brock cashes in on Roman as champion, I think Roman could totally hit a spear, and then he pins Brock, and Brock is no longer Money in the Bank for your third failed cash-in in a row for the men, etc. etc. Anyway, more 2 out of 3 falls business is happening every week. It is very, very tiring. Not really worth talking about. They booked Strowman and Lashley for a last man standing match at the pay-per-view this Sunday. I thought that the whole reason to have that thing with Braun and having him off TV was because he's like injured in some way, but apparently he is fine enough to do that match on Sunday, so I guess good for him. Good for him. Anyway, Rey Mysterio was back on the show to issue an open challenge, and out came Lashley to beat up Rey, because why? Like, if Lashley's already in a feud with Braun, then why have him beat up Rey here? Like, you could have had anybody else to put a shine on him to beat up Rey. You could have had Cesaro beat up Rey. Would have been fine with me, but no, you had a Lashley. So that was weird. That was weird. And you had him lose, so, you know, alright, sure, fine. Speaking of Cesaro, though, supposedly, on this Paul Heyman Raw here, on this, you know, Paul Heyman run program, we're going to be seeing a bigger push for Cesaro this week, as last week, he was beating up No Way Jose, so, sure. The biggest, oh, yeah, okay, show. Okay, Big Show reversing a German suplex would never happen, ever. But hey, it's a video game, so, you know, DDT, boom. Anyway, there is that. There is that. You had the Viking Raiders squash some jobbers, so they're on TV still, but not really doing anything in any meaningful spear capacity. Like, have them get in a feud or something. Like, so many matches, RKO, that don't make any sense for any reasons to have them. Say, hey, these guys are still employed here, they still exist, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't have a reason to care about any of it. So, you know, there was that. You had the continued backstage efforts from the Street Profits to shill your pay-per-view, and I'm like, that's why they're here on Raw? Your NXT Tag Team Champions are here on Raw to shill Extreme Rules. Why? Why? Like, if you're not having matches, then, like, what's the point? Are they called up or not called up? Like, what? I don't get it. I don't get it. Anyhow, Ricochet beat both guys in the club and then got beat up by, obviously, all of the club to build their match, to build that match with AJ Styles on Sunday for that US title. You had a Beat the Clock challenge on Raw between a Raw superstar and a SmackDown superstar to determine the stipulation for the SmackDown Women's title on Sunday. But you had this Beat the Clock match happening on Raw. So it's like, brand split? What brand split? Who cares anymore? Who cares anymore? I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, the match was won by, the challenge was won by Nikki Cross, and now it will be a 2-on-1 handicap match on that match, at Extreme Rules. So, Cross and Bliss versus Bayley, stacking the odds versus Bayley at that show. So, yeah, why not? And your main event, Roman Reigns and a mystery partner. So all night we had Shane trying to find a mystery partner for Roman Reigns to fight Drew and to fight Shane. And it was a masked man that we thought was the janitor or something. But no, it was Cedric Alexander. Like, look, I like Cedric. That's kind of a weird pick, but sure, why not? Big Show, I just hit the slug exploder. Are you kidding me? I was going to pin you. It was going to be over. You know how I do these things, Big Show. You know. Show. You know. Not my balls. Can I reverse any of this? No? I can't. I can't. Like, there's no reversing this at all. I don't have a prompt for it, so it's just Big Show doing as long as he wants. Okay. And again, your Raw was headlined by even more Shane McMahon. Isn't that fun? Isn't that special? Even more Shane on Raw. What are the chances we see Shane headline on SmackDown tonight as they run into this match with Taker and Roman on Sunday? Because Taker was not there on Raw. But we know that SmackDown is a dead man's yard. So that would not be surprising to see him on that show. Really? Just pushing me. Just push me, big man. Big man. So again, we head towards SmackDown tonight. We hope for a better show. We know that we're not going to see anything that Bischoff is doing until after Extreme Rules. So there is that, at least. Rope break. 1, 2. 2 count. 2 count on the Big Nasty. Come on now, show. Come on now, show. You know this is going to end poorly for you. You know it will. You know it will. Just stop resisting the fact that Slug is your WWE champion, show. You know it's the truth. And you can't hold a candle. Oh no! I am going to lose to the Big Show. Honestly, it was fine. Like, that was the plan. I assumed that I was going to lose, because I feel like if I win, I'll get into another repeat storyline here. So, also, there was no prompt there. There was literally no prompt to kick out. They stacked the deck, folks.
And there you have it, folks. The Big Show is the new WWE champion. And although in some circles it will be felt that justice has not been served tonight, the Big Show earned his new title fair and square.
I mean,
you better not ever bet against the Big Show. I'm only surprised the match went as long as it did.
Well, speaking for myself, I can't say this result sits right. Still, I'm guessing that the former champ, although not victorious here at Unforgiven, will be back in the title picture sooner than later.
This must be so painful for poor Trish.
long road ends in defeat for attackslug at Unforgiven, the Big Show. So upon watching what I did last time, I totally beat the Big Show. This time, I lost the Big Show, and so hopefully next time, which should be tomorrow, we get something different. Anyway, I'm attackslug. Thanks for watching. More videos on this channel. Tune in for those. See you then, and I'm out.